Hello everyone, let's take a look at LeetCode 1830, minimum number of operations to make string sorted. It's the last question in the biweekly context, and it's related to math, so it's a pretty hard question. I hope it will not be in the interview question, otherwise it will be too hard and it will fail a lot of people. Okay, so the problem description is quite complex. Like there are two steps to convert the string. Okay, let's just take a look at this example. So the input is CBA. We can say from the there are 5 operations, CBA becomes CB, become BC, BAC, ACB, ABC. So we find it becomes the previous permutations every time. So the problem is actually find the rank in all permutations for the input. Okay, so let's take this example. There are no duplicates. So let's take this example first. The first character is C. So we can put A and B in the first position since they are all smaller than C. So if we put A and B in first position, we have 2 choices. And for the remaining 4 characters, we have factorial of 4. So the choice is for 48. If the first position is C, for the second position, now it's D. We can also use A and B in the second position. So we have to multiply the factorial of 3, which is 12. For third position, we can put A. So we have 2. For the fourth position, we can also put A. Then we have 1. And so the total rank is 48 plus 12 plus 2 plus 1, which is 63. Okay, what if there are duplicates? Let's take a look at this example. In this example, for A, it occurs 3 times. For B, it occurs twice. So we have 5 choices. And for the remaining 7 positions, we have factorial of 7 permutations. But we know there are many duplications since we have 3A, we have 2B. How many duplications we have? Since we have 3A, 2B, so we have factorial of 3 multiplied factorial of 2. So the final total unique number is 5 multiplied the factorial of 7, then divide factorial of 3, then divide factorial of 2. When we place A and B in first position. For the second, third, fourth positions, we can apply the same algorithm. Okay, so let's take a look at our first version of implementation. First, I defined mode as this number as the problem required. And we count the frequency here, just for loop each character and count the frequency. Okay, then we pre-build the pre-process to build the factorial table so that we can speed things up a little, since we will calculate the factorial every time later. So this is factorial of 1, factorial of 2, factorial of 3, factorial of 4, and so on. Okay, this is our answer. Finally, we just return this answer. Now we need to for loop each character in the string. After each iteration, n minus minus, and we just exclude this character from our frequency table. Okay, what is frequency sum here? Like for this example, frequency sum is 5 since we have 3A and 2B. And what is duplicates? The duplicate is factorial of 3 multiplied factorial of 2. So in this for loop, we just build the frequency sum and duplicates here. Okay, at last, we just do this formula. Frequency sum is 5. Factorial n minus 1 is this one. Factorial of 7 and mode. And we divide by this duplicates. You may note that I don't have mode here when I calculate duplicates. So you can pass 1 as is small since there are no overflows. But we know the length of the S can be like 3000. So it will overflow here. Can we just put mode here? We can't since we divide by duplicates. If we mode for first, there will be some issue here. the answer will not be correct. So we are doing division in, like we are doing mode in division. Like it's very hard. How can we deal with it? Okay, it's inspired by this link. So mode in division, we can find from its little theorem, like in here, like p is a prime number, and for any integer a, we know like the number a to the p, and a is an integer multiple of p. Okay, let's assume that we divide by a square. So a to the p minus 2 and 1 divided by a, like is an integer multiple of p. So assume a is two duplicates. So we replace a with duplicate. Since a is any integer a and duplicate is an integer, so 1 divided by duplicates is like duplicate to the p minus 2 1 like mod p, right? So since p is this number which is prime, so we can do this like conversion. Previously here we multiply 1 divided by duplicates. Now we can just multiply like duplicates to the mod minus 2. Then finally we just mod this number. And for this POW function, it's a very typical like function that we calculate the POW and we also mod the number here. So this is a very typical function or a very typical helper function used in a lot of LeetCode questions. So this is our final answer. So when we calculate duplicates, we can mod this number. And finally, we just multiply the duplicates to the mod minus 2. And finally, we mod this mode. Okay, this is final answer. So yeah, and this conversion can be applied to many problems in LeetCode when we do like some math problems related to the like combination, like permutations. Okay, that's it. Thanks so much.